So now we've got the final mock draft before the NFL draft. Well, like team specific mock draft, not actual first round, second round, blah blah blah. I'll probably do that after. But it's the Los Angeles Chargers, so we'll take a look at their free agency, what they did, who they lost, and what they need for the draft, and then we'll get into the mock draft after that. And yeah, okay, let's get into it. So first big signing was Corey Linsley on a 5-year, $12 million a year, $62 million total contract. Yeah, he's a very good center. Center isn't the most valuable position on the line. It's probably the least. So you could say it's quite a lot of money to pay for a center, even though since they kind of just assist all the other people on the O line. But he is very good, can be a great leader there, so I don't mind it. They lost Hunter Henry. Yeah, probably a good idea to move on from him. He had a bit of a down year, I guess you could say, and yeah, he still can be good, but I don't mind them letting him go. And then Rashawn Jenkins, he was pretty good for them last year, pretty versatile safety, played corner also. So yeah, and then they did sign Matt Failer, who can play guard and tackle, primarily a tackle. So that could be a good player if they don't address tackle in the draft. I guess he can play that position. They paid him $21 million, so it is quite a lot to pay for a backup. So maybe they don't go O line in the first round, even though I think it's a good option. Lost Denzel Perriman, kind of just a big hitter. Howard Taylor, who's just going to be a backup. And I signed Jared Cook to kind of be that Hunter Henry kind of replacement for now. Not really a long term, but could still be a good receiving tight end, so it's not bad. Lost Dan Feeney and Sam Tevis. That's just some depth kind of players. Nick Vigil. They did sign another offensive tackle just for depth again. Obushi. Signed Kyle Fackrell from the Giants. He's an alright player. He can rush the passer also. So yeah, I don't mind that. And then Chase Daniel, he'll be a really good mentor probably to are you kidding me? Justin Herbert, because he's been in the league for a long time, so yeah. And Brandon Faxon comes back. Alright depth kind of player. So that's not bad. Lost Forrest Lamp, he kind of didn't really work out from when they drafted him in the first or second round. It might be in the early second round. And there's still players like Melvin Ingram, who nobody signed yet. He's a free agent, so maybe they want to bring back Trey Turner. He's a decent guard, so yeah. Casey Hayward, they've already released him. Mike Pouncey retired. Michael Davis is actually a pretty good cornerback. Well, he was last year, so maybe they would like to get him back for just more depth at that position. Virgil Green, he's kind of aging. And then just a bunch of old depth kind of players. Ty Longer, punter. So, yeah, I don't mind it. So, I think we're just going to get into the final draft. Okay, get off my screen. I'll take a sip of water. So, let's see. I'm looking maybe all O-line or just kind of see who's available. I probably already made my pick. Devontae Smith would be nice, but I think O-line is a much bigger need. That tackle position opposite Brian Bulaga. And I think Christian Darrisaw, man, he's a really good O-lineman from Virginia Tech. I really like him. And yeah, he's really good in the run game. And you need protection for Justin Herbert, so I really like that for them. Just get him protection, man. So you don't want to pass up on it and then your O-line just trash. You don't want a Joe Burrow situation. So protect your future. Protect them. So maybe even corner could be a good option. Receiver. Edge. Levi Onwuzurike, probably not. Kelvin Joseph is a good, pretty decent corner. Receivers, Tommy Brown. I don't think it's that good value anymore, to be honest. It's still good receivers, but I think we can address that later. Corner, Asante Samuel would be nice. They kind of got their slot corner, so I don't need Elijah Mulder or Aaron Robinson. I think I'll go for Calvin Joseph. He's a good cornerback, man. It's just that production and kind of Biff character concerns, man. Everybody's like, oh my god, he's a rapper. Who cares? Every NFL player is a rapper now. But that's a good corner, I think. And they sneakily need corner because they got a bunch of old players pretty much, and they cut players like Casey Hayward. So yeah, that's pretty good for them to get themselves a young, good corner. And now we're up on the board. Another weapon would be nice. Imagine Quentin Minehurst. He'd be pretty decent. Okay, probably receiver. Atwell, not super undersized. Tylan Wallace or Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown, I really like. He's very productive at USC. Working out the slot, he can play also on the outside. Has decent size, so he can do that. But really good possession receiver, good after the catch. So yeah, that's a good pickup. Kind of improve that. They kind of really need a third receiver. So yeah, Christian Mercedes is actually a good player, man. Let's see. Darius Washington's a nice player. Edge just kind of drops off a bit after all the early players. So Osa Odighizuwa's, I might target that later. He can be kind of Aaron Donald like player. But I think I'm gonna go for Jordan Smith actually. He's a bit undersized, but he's a really good athlete with amazing arm length. So they can replace Melvin Ingram with another speedy edge rusher opposite Joey Bosa, who you know who he is. So you kind of need somebody opposite him, and I think that's a really good pickup with Jordan Smith. You were back. I think I might take Osa Odighizuwa now, because he's the. I just love the fit. Osa Odighizuwa, they can use him like Aaron Donald was used in the scheme. Of course, they got the defensive coordinator from there. His name literally jumped out my head. But they can use him like they did with Aaron Donald. He's not going to be like Aaron Donald, but he has that body type, and the way he plays is kind of similar. So I just think that's a good fit. And then now your D line's kind of fixed. So yeah, we dressed two players in the D line. Did I say O line? D line, and then receiver, corner, and offensive tackle. Richard LeCounte's pretty interesting. He just has some concerns, to be honest. Running back's not a bad option. Maybe another versatile tight end. Geez, that's just kind of trash. Yeah, that's kind of trash. Whew. I think I'm good. I think I'll pass. Okay, safety. Yeah, I'll just go for Richard LeCounte. Of course, he has those concerns if he's very undersized, but I don't think that's that big of a deal. He'll be the free safety, so it's not that bad. So yeah, Richard LeCounte could still be a good player. Definitely has that potential, so I don't mind it. Just get yourself more secondary. Oh, I'm thirsty. Receiver might be good. I do like Joshua Mortaebe. Cornell Powell. With Demetric Felton, I think that'd be a good fit. Yeah, Demetric Felton, I think that's a really good fit. Demetric Felton can play that running back / receiver position. He's primarily a running back, but he has played and did play receiver near the end of the season and at the Senior Bowl. So yeah, I really like his versatility. So yeah, I'm gonna go for running back. They could use another running back, like a better one. Khalil Herbert's probably the best running back I could go for now. Jarrett Patterson, like, that's probably a bit of a reach. Yeah, Khalil Herbert, man, I'm surprised he's even here. He's a very good running back, probably in the top 10 out of all the running backs in the class. So I think he can be a good complement to Austin Eckler with his size, and he's kind of more of a power kind of back. So I think that's good for James Conner's receiving. So yeah, just looking at quarterback. I'm not doing anything. Not doing anything. What's the new players they got in here? Who is that? How much picks we got? One more, seventh round. I just never look at the rounds. I'm just like pick, pick, pick. That's kind of what I do. There's a bunch of receivers, but I took two already in this draft. Maybe linebacker. I'm surprised I haven't actually done that this draft. Isaiah McDuffie. I already said I like him. Yeah, I'll go for McDuffie. He's a pretty good player. He'll be an amazing special teamer, I think. So I like that. Now we'll look at the players. Then wrap up the final mock draft. So sad. Oh, my knee just had a spaz. Okay, let's go over this. Christian Darrisaw, first pick. He can be your starter straight away, opposite of Brian Bulaga. So you get your future quarterback protection. I think somebody that is a pretty safe pick and doesn't really show that he'll be a bust, really. I think he'll be a really good player. And then Calvin Joseph, cornerback from Kentucky. Yeah, their corner position is very old. And I think Calvin Joseph, he could start straight away because they also, and the corners get injured a lot, and they release Casey Hayward. So corner's a bit of a need, so I just address that with Calvin Joseph, and then it kind of drops off from him, and I think Asante Samuel. So I'd like that. They need a good outside corner. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's a really good slot receiver from USC. Very versatile, also can play outside, and very good speedy possession receiver. So yeah. And then Jordan Smith, just a really athletic, not big, he's quite small, but yeah, he's a good player, man. And they can get and they need an edge rusher opposite Joey Bosa with Melvin Ingram leaving. And then I got Osa Odigizua, just a really good fit, really, in the third round also. Or was this the fourth? This might be the fourth, unless they had two third. Might actually, because that might be the third. But I think that's an amazing scheme fit coming into that new system. So I like that. And they need D-line also, so it's not bad. They kind of fix that now. And then Richard Count, they need a safety, another safety, because they kind of got their other safety with Derwin James, but he can be injured quite a lot, so if he does go down and stuff, you still have another safety in Richard Count, who I think can be a good player. How big is he? Yeah, he's only 5'11", but of course played in a big conference, so in the SEC. So yeah. And Demetric Felton, very versatile player, played running back most of his year, but then can also play in the slot and on the outside. So you can kind of be used. I kind of he's kind of like Curtis Samuel, I'm trying to say, basically. So I like that. Curtis Samuel is very productive, and I think they can use him in a bunch of different ways. And then I went for an actual running back in Khalil Herbert. So he's a really good running back. And one cut type of back, kind of be a good complement to the receiving kind of back in Austin Eckler. And the last pick was Isaiah McDuffie, who can be a really decent special teamer straight away. Can also maybe come in if injuries happen, and they probably need another linebacker, and I think he could be a bit of a steal in the draft, to be honest, because he has very good tape at Boston College, so it's very promising. So that's who I drafted for the last mock draft. Chargers fans give me a lot of hate, and I'll tell you why I'm right or why I'm wrong, but I'm trying to do this off the top of my head, basically. I can't, and I only done this in 14 minutes, and I went over the roster, so I did it pretty quickly, so couldn't look at all the prospects. But I hope you enjoyed my series, and then I'll do some actual mock drafts and then some other type of videos. But I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.